Dave was too good to pass up another ride. Brad joined me on his Tiger as we left home. Again, anticipation levels were high as always when on the bike. I decided to go and check out a dirt loop before heading up to Mount Glorious. The road leading up to the top of Mt Berryman, it may be closed as there is a sign when coming in that states bridge out and road closed. However, the decision was made to go see how far it was and how high we could go, and see if we could reach the Mt Berryman peak. It wasn't long before we reached the dirt part. The road isn't used very often. It services the private farming community, mainly on the western side of the hill climb up to Mt Berryman. I'm riding on the flats at the moment, but it soon gets quite steep. The GoPro doesn't pick up inclines very well. I absolutely enjoy these scenic roads, the ones that are less travelled, and this little local gem is pretty indicative of what the Lockyer Valley region has to offer to adventure riding. Although this road is a gazetted road, I'm showing a little respect to the property owners, which are mainly out of shot. Although this access road is capable of higher speeds, I'm keeping it down to a more tourist pace, I guess, as I'm enjoying the bush along the way and keeping a more consistent speed, and it's working quite well for me. At this point you may have noticed the incline. It's getting steeper as I get closer to the top. It's not that challenging, just a tad slippery due to the gravelly road surface. It was tempting to fang it a bit, but I'm still in the honeymoon stage with the Tiger and I don't want to drop it. I'm coming up to a road warning sign and I'm thinking I'm not going to get through today. Sure enough, a roadwork sign appears, so I must be getting pretty close to the top. Made it to the top, but as expected, the road is closed ahead. If I was able to get through here, the road meanders down to the other side of Mt Berryman and eventually to the small hamlet of Blenheim. Oh well, nothing ventured, nothing gained. I'm taking a more philosophical view and enjoying the journey, not so much the destination. I'll hang a U and head back down to the bitumen. About an hour later, we found ourselves on the road heading up from the Fernvale side of the hill climb up to Mount Glorious. Most folk who live around these parts and ride motorcycles know this hill climb quite well. With the unrelenting rain we've had over this past year, it's taken its toll on road conditions, resulting in many washouts and subsequent potholes. Repairs on this stretch have been ongoing for many months, with slow go zones and roadwork traffic lights. Now all this work has been completed and we are finding pretty good surfaces. This is very pleasing for our biking community. I may as well take a few minutes while we wind our way up the twisties to let those interested to know what's in the planning stages for the Tiger series. As most who know me, I got very interested in adventure bikes with the acquisition of my V-Strom 650 some months back. The V-Strom was an introduction to the passion and caused me to search out a larger capacity bike. This was fast-tracked by swapping bikes for a short while with Brad. He owns a Tiger 800 XCA, top of the line bike. Although I love the V-Strom, it lacked the lineal power and the awesome off-road capabilities that the Triumph Tigers display. Within 3 days of researching the internet on reviews, I found one, and mine is the Tiger 800 XCX version, but came with many factory upgrades and accessories. The test ride proved the confirmation I needed. I bought it and have never looked back. So as far as what's loosely planned for the series, Brad, Ace and myself are booked in for an overnighter travelling on roads less travelled down into the Lismore, New South Wales region. We have a mate who has graciously let us camp at his property and then heading out on other ride routes as we make our way back into Queensland. This adventure is planned for late January. I'm also doing a few local overnighters and camping at a few free camps. First destination is Linville in Queensland, of course. I have purposely planned light with the basics needed for food and sleeping only. There'll be no luxury here. I had a bad experience earlier this year when I was down in Tamworth for the Thunder Rally and I actually froze my nuts off. This won't happen again. I'm also planning a larger trip. This trip is a 3-weeker down to the Great Ocean Road in Victoria. I have a fully decked out off-the-grid camper van. I'll be towing the Tiger behind on my single rail bike trailer, stopping at various locations and staying there to explore all on offer in those areas. Maybe a few days for each stop, I'm not quite sure how long yet. I've always wanted to ride the Great Ocean Road, and as luck would have it, there are some great adventure rides up in the surrounding mountains in that area. So this trip is planned for March and April. No specific dates yet, but as I said before, I'm still in the planning stages. It's time to head back down the mountain. I really love this stuff. Those who ride bikes will understand about the complete freedom one feels when you're riding. It's just, it's very, very satisfying. I plan on documenting and uploading to YouTube my adventures in the Triumph Tiger series. And hopefully it makes for interesting viewing for other folks who would like to get into adventure biking. For the last 10 years or so, I've been riding cruising motorcycles. I have a Harley Davidson, I also have an Indian Scout, and although they've been most awesome to ride around the place, I find now that I'm leaning heavily towards adventure riding. If you go back through my my channel, you'll find some references to the Indian Scout. I cut my teeth, so to speak, in the area when I came up into the Lockyer Valley to retire, and the Indian has supplied me with bulk fun, and it's just one of the best bikes I've ever owned. My YouTube experience is not all that great in the earlier days. I've learned a little bit about editing using the Filmora suite, which is a video editing software. I'm learning new stuff all the time. I'll probably never make any money out of posting up to my channel with the YouTube uploads, but the editing part is really just another passion of mine. I actually enjoy the process of going through and cutting out the bad stuff and putting in the good stuff. There's plenty of bad stuff too, by the way. I haven't invested much money in you know, 3 or 4 different cameras and a drone and 360 degree. There's heaps you can do, but right now I'm just using one GoPro. So I take that as a personal challenge, and I'll continue to use just one GoPro and see how I go. It's more like a community service I'm providing for those interested in following my adventures on the Tiger. As far as other passions I have, I actually really like fishing. I've been fishing now. Haven't used bait for 30 years. I just use lures and soft plastics and fly fishing occasionally. It is a passion of mine, and sadly, over the last couple of months, I've been totally encapsulated by the thrill of the Triumph Tiger. So there'll be more fishing videos coming up. Once again, I'm going to be taking my camper van and towing the boat, and visiting various barra fisheries, and barramundi is my favourite target species. I've caught probably well over 30 or 40 metre long barramundi to this point, and I've caught hundreds of smaller ones as well. But yeah, it's all fun. So that's about all for this video now. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, just click that subscribe button and you'll be notified every time I put a new video up. So thanks again for joining me on this one. Just keep your eye out for more. And a huge thank you to everybody that's subscribed so far. I'm over 100 subscribers. Hey, that's big time, man. I tell you, I'm going well. And finally, that anticipation is the soul of enjoyment.